National Nutrition Interviews, the natural health experts, up close and personal. Introducing the dynamic duo of Peruvian maca, Brad King and George Hildebrandt. Brad is the product formulator of his own ultimate line of nutritional supplements from Preferred Nutrition. George Hildebrandt is a maca farmer from Peru. Together, they've produced Ultimate Maca Platinum XP to bring Canadians the energy-boosting benefits of pure mountain-grown maca. They're also National Nutrition interview guests.
Hi, I'm nutritional researcher and best-selling author Brad King.
Hi, I'm George Hildebrandt, president of Highlander Enterprises, and brings the best organic maca to Canada.
Well, we're at CHFA East, and this is the big Canadian health food show that happens once a year in Toronto and then once a year also in the West. But here we are to basically talk to all of the retailers throughout Canada about our incredible products. My company is called Transforming Health Incorporated, and my products are actually under my brand, which is Brad King's Ultimate. This is a product line that I created about 12 years ago. I used to consult for other companies and formulate many of the top brands in the industry, and I decided to go on my own to bring the best possible products to the industry myself. You know, Ultimate Maca Energy, maca is an incredible superfood. I know that word is bantered around a lot, but when we talk about superfoods, maca is actually grown in Peru. It's grown in, a few different places around the world, but the best maca comes from Peru, grown at 14,000 foot altitudes in the Andes, and it is naturally sun-dried, organic, non-genetically modified, and we go through a process called gelatinization. I'm going to let George explain to you what gelatinization is, because it really potentiates or makes the maca that much better for the body.
The gelatinization process is a proprietary process invented in Peru to take the starches and fibers in maca to make it more bioavailable and easy to digest for humans. Our maca is 6-to-1 ratio. The powder and encapsulated maca is the strongest in the market, and as Brad said, is organic, is non-GMO, ethically farmed, and is the best premium maca you could find in Peru. Very little production of maca, low qualities in Bolivia and Ecuador, but nothing to compare to our Peruvian maca.
You know, the question a lot of people ask is, why would you want to use a maca? Well, maca does a few things in the body. Number one, it's known as an adaptogen. That means it allows the body to adapt to higher stress loads. We're constantly under stress, whether it's an actual stress, whether it's an imagined stress, exact same hormonal response takes place. It's also a sexual enhancement natural product, or you can call it an aphrodisiac. If you Google that, it works very, very well in that department. And finally, it allows the messages of hormones to actually do their job just that much more effectively in the body. So it does many incredible things, and that's why thousands of people notice just unbelievable results from the product. You know, maca doesn't really have any side effects that we know of. It has thousands of scientific studies that show it's very powerful at allowing the body to really balance itself. It works off of the brain chemistry, it works off of the pituitary gland, and it really allows, once again, the hormones to function more effectively. I really liken it to when we get a little older and maybe our hearing starts to go, we can go and get a hearing aid and we can amplify the messages so we could communicate more effectively. The hormones decline precipitously as we get older, but the message of those hormones can still be heard or amplified, and that's really what maca does to the body.
Our maca is the best because, first of all, it's Peruvian. It's cultivated in the Junin plateaus of Peru. It's organic, ethically farmed, and sun-dried. Those are key things. We're the only company that has Preferred Nutrition buys the maca directly from us in Peru. We do the farming. We sun-dry our maca for at least 30 to 90 days, depending on the sunshine in the altitudes of those places where the maca is grown. There's no other company that can show you that. They may tell you, but we actually do it. The other reason our maca is fantastic is because we use only premium roots. So from a crop of 20 tons, we may be able to use 3 to 4 tons, which is really pricey, but is what we want for Brad King's products. He only wants the best resources, and we are providing that. Another reason why our maca is incredible is because we offer 3 different formats. We have the capsule maca in a 6-to-1 ratio, which we are the only company that produces this. So 6 kilos of roots produce 1 kilo of the powder that goes into our capsules and also into our jars in the powder form that you could put on your smoothies. But we also have something fantastic that very few people have, is a 20 to 22-to-1 ratio liquid maca. We use 20 to 22 kilos of roots to produce 1 liter of the extract. This is something that people will love to use. It's incredible for...
I want to add something to that, George. You, even if you're a coffee drinker, you can actually add this liquid directly to your coffee. And what you're going to do is you're going to negate any of the so-called negative effects that people get from drinking coffee, because you're stimulating stress hormones when you drink coffee. Maca, being an adaptogen, is actually going to take away any of that negativity, and it's going to give you even more of a natural boost. So another great thing you can use it for.
Maca has a history of over 2,000 years of use in Peru by the indigenous people and by the royal Incas, who used to give maca to the warriors and their families to produce more royal family and produce better, stronger warriors. It was also used in their cattle, which was basically llamas and alpacas and vicunas, to have more fertility, and they will produce more babies. So maca has a tremendous history for also stamina and endurance and performance. There were runners in the Inca Empire that will be able to run about 4,000 meters above sea level without resting, things that you cannot do nowadays if you didn't have maca.
Because excessive stress, whether it's real or imagined, creates a hormonal milieu that is very destructive to the body. We produce a hormone in particular called cortisol. I call it the invisible saboteur, because when you produce cortisol, it's easy enough for it to be stimulated in the body, but it's really, really hard to get rid of. So you could actually have an argument in the morning with someone and then make up about an hour later, and your levels of this very powerful hormone are elevated for about 16 to 18 hours right after you had that argument. So it's not worth getting upset. What that hormone does is it eats the body, it cannibalizes you from the inside out. It takes things like nitrogen and removes them from muscle tissue, and it literally shrinks the body. And by the way, that's not a good thing. Don't use that to lose weight, because if you lose muscle tissue, you actually become a smaller fat person, because it's taking away your metabolism. It destroys hippocampal neurons in the brain. So those are the neurons that you use to form things like memory. It takes away your sex drive because it's produced along the same biochemical pathway as your sex hormones. I can go on, but I think you get the message. Stress isn't good. George is one of the most genuine people you're ever going to meet. He's not only one of the world's leading experts in the field of maca, he's not actually in the field at this time, but he is one of the experts in the field of maca. And but he's a genuine person. He truly does want to bring more health to North Americans and primarily Canadians, and we're very thankful for that. We're really one of the only companies, if not the only company, that has what would be considered a liaison that goes to Peru and oversees all of the growing, the cultivating, the packaging, the farming, dealing with the indigenous farmers, so on and so forth. So we absolutely do make sure we do get the first pickings of maca, and that really is what sets us apart from anyone else.
A pleasure and an honor to have our raw materials under the ultimate line and Preferred Nutrition. It really was a beautiful decision, and we're very happy to have Brad and Preferred Nutrition behind us.